Hey folks, this is Jake Davis with an on-the-fly review for you. And today I'm talking about Nomadland, released, technically in February, but it's considered a 2020 movie for Oscar sakes. Directed by Chloe Zhao, starring Frances McDormand and David Strathairn. The whole story of this movie is in 2011. A big factory had to shut down in Nevada, basically. The whole town went bankrupt and lost her whole and turned into a ghost town. And this is the story of Frances McDormand, who's a widower, childless widow, who basically just lives out of her van for a year and comes across the nomad community, the nomad people. I took some shots at this movie, sure, but it's really not that bad a movie. And honestly, lived like this for about a year when I was younger, yeah, it was honestly one of the best times of my life. It was scary because it was cold and I was broke, but for the most part, I appreciate the experience. Definitely appreciate the experience. But I don't know, man. I didn't dislike this movie, but I prefer my films to have conflict. The only conflict of this whole movie is that in the first, reel or so, there's actual concern she's gonna maybe freeze to death. But since the movie just started, it's not really that suspenseful. Uh, it's I mean, McDormand's terrific in it, and Chloe Zhao, she seems to have a thing for gross shit. Here's a diarrhea scene. Here's somebody pissing in the dirt. Here's somebody blowing their nose. Here's somebody cleaning up vomit. It's like, I kind of admire it to a degree, but I don't need to see that in every movie you make. She's and also kind of a shit timing for her. This movie would have come out right around the same time as her Eternals movie for the MCU, which, in all honesty, I could really care less about. I mean, Salma Hayek and Angelina Jolie in a space action movie. I mean, what is this, 2003? I mean, come on. Anyhow, I'm going to give this movie 4 stars. Like I said, it's not great. I don't think it's anything really special. I've seen better low-key movies. I've seen better character study films. I've seen better films that dealt with the issue of homelessness, such as Scarecrow from 1973 with Gene Hackman and Al Pacino. Uh, Again, it's kind of the situation where, I don't know, there's nothing really wrong with Frances McDormand's character. It's not like she has to really goes on much of an arc. I mean, her arc is basically never comes out and says she's suicidal in the movie, but it's the way she plays things. We know that she's thinking about killing herself, and by the end of the movie, she's not anymore. But that's about as much as a character arc we get from our lead role here, and I don't know. I think it's a pretty movie. Conceptually, it's a good, decent film. Frances is great in it. But yeah, it's not something. I preferred Trial of the Chicago 7. I thought it was far more exhilarating, uh, energetic film, And I mean, I don't want to be a jerk, but if there was a short list of 60-plus-year-old actresses I would like to see naked, Frances McDormand probably would not have made that list. Anyhow, 4 stars. Leave your dislikes below. Comment, subscribe if you want to. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.